Welcome, everybody. This is the Bears Bro podcast. As you know, I am Big Will, and I got some news to deal with. So, with free agency starting, obviously there is adjustment, and we entered into negotiations. J Dubs and and I have no idea how it turns out. I haven't seen it. Oh, okay.
Got back. Got back. Sorry, bro. Late. My bad. Sorry.
So,
Just got off the plane.
how did it turn out?
So, you know, they offered us a really good compensation package. The money, it was probably more than what you and I can ask for. You know what? This is what we started. I mean, we're loyal. We just don't jump ship for money, just for greener pastures. And honestly,
I mean, I might jump ship for better weather.
better weather. I'm with you on that. Why? We get every season in one day. But I just figured, what we started here is loyal. It's a brand. We care about it. We just don't jump ship just for a better opportunity. And I had to turn it down. Sorry, bro. Just had to turn it down.
What are you apologizing to me for? You think I wanted you to leave?
No.
All right.
No.
So let's do this the right way then. All right. So I am Big Will.
I am J Dubs.
And of course, this is the Bears Bro podcast. All right. So on this episode,
However, though, the food perk, second to none.
You didn't bring any back?
Oh, no.
All right. But you staying, I could drink to that.
All right.
I am going with the new flavor. It's the Lando North. I have no idea who that is.
Lando?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who that is.
That makes one of us. I just know it tastes good.
Not really. Although there was a famous place called Lando's. Anyway, that's a different story.
All right. So,
free agency, buddy. What do you think?
For us or throughout the league?
Well, so, the intro was my way of saying fuck off to the Bears who left for greener pastures. And I just don't like that. I don't like the fact that last year was such a I don't know, awesome season. We were building something. And a couple people were like, oh, I get more money, so I'm leaving. Bye. Fuck off. I don't care. Fuck out of here. I just don't give a shit. Seriously. It happens too often in sports, and I think it's horrible for sports. Like, we lost Nashawn Wright, who the entire world fell in love with.
Was my mind. And of all places,
the Jets.
I don't know if he felt because he had more interceptions than they did that it was okay leaving the team for it. But,
I mean, Nashawn Wright lost his mentor, who was like a father to him, had a great Monday night game. That interception should have been, in the defensive player, whatever. Sorry, he's porn.
Because apparently, again, I haven't figured out the
comment yet, but we will. So, he bolts after actually given a chance by the Bears, but the Jets offered him money, I'm going to assume, on a one-year deal. You're going to go to a piece of shit team. You're leaving a perennial Super Bowl contender, yes, I said it, for the Jets.
I got to watch this one down because that one's tough to swallow. Losing Kevin Byard to the Patriots, I can understand that because he played for Mike Vrabel in Tennessee. I could kind of understand that one. Nashawn Wright leaving for the Jets, unless he lives out there or something, and there was more to it. I can understand. It baffles me.
I have a question. I have a statement. But everybody who makes a name for themselves in Chicago leaves. What happens to them?
They digress. They digress.
So
and that's why I'm hoping Jaquan Brisker, because word is the Jags are trying to talk to Brisker. If we don't want him back, power to him. Go get your money. Go where you want to go or who wants you.
But if it's the player.
Amen, Jesse.
Oh, Jesse. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, Jesse? Fuck the Jets. Yeah, fuck the Jets. So yeah, it just bothers me. I'm sorry.
Unless he became friends with Justin Fields, who then got released the next day.
Yeah. I'm just saying the Chicago Bears were nothing, and then last year was just a turnaround season. Everybody was on board. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm leaving for money. I'm leaving. Who goes? I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. Sorry. No, fuck them. I don't care. Fuck them. Fuck the Jets. Fuck Deshaun Wright.
But
fired.
I'll support the guy, just like DJ Moore going with the trade.
But that was a
Buffalo.
Trade. That was a trade.
So yeah,
I understand. I'm okay with a trade, but when a player says I'm leaving, it's like, wow. And you know what, Deshaun Wright, you're not going to have the season in New York like you did with Chicago. Just saying.
Unless some freaking nature happens, because the NFL was quite surprising when it came to how things turned out.
Yeah.
So I have to address it. I know, especially since part of it involved us. Max Crosby.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. First of all, you say fuck the Jets. I say fuck the Ravens. Very dirty. I cannot see how any team can respect the Baltimore Ravens, how any free agent can respect the Baltimore Ravens. Now, answer a question for me. If a friend of yours steals, or somebody you know steals money from you 4 times in 10 years, or even worse, gets arrested 4 times in 10 years, are you going to believe that they're not going to have it happen again?
Oh, God, no. No, that's stupid. No.
The Baltimore Ravens have pulled this 4 times in 10 years. You want to get cold feet? Fine. Don't announce the trade. Don't make the trade. Have it, do your due diligence and then make the trade. But why I call foul on it, and they want to say, oh, they got cold feet, and they rethought the whole strategy. Power to them. They thought getting Trey Hendrickson was a better deal. We even questioned that of, do you want to give up something, or do you want to go with a lesser option, which is what Baltimore did. And they have every right to do so. I want to make that very clear. They have every right to do what they did because it was not against the rules. But answer a question for me. We decide to add somebody to the team. We bring them in-house. Mm-hmm. Not only him, but his family in the building. And you've got his replacement on the phone.
So
how does that make you look?
So the link that you had sent me, I read it, and Trey Hendrickson thought he was going to be teaming up with Max Crosby. You know what? Dirty. Amen to that. And you made a very good point. How are they going to afford everybody? And why? How did the Ravens suspect the Max Crosby injury? Is that why they had Trey Hendrickson right there? I'm just saying, there's no way any team goes out and gets 2 dynamic defensive ends at the same time.
They even were talking about that on ESPN today, about there's never been a incident where you get 2 top-tier edge rushers or defensive players in the same offseason. Yeah. And one of them was with a signing, the other one was a trade. You don't want to give away your future. I understand. That's why we, on the last show, said that we didn't want to see the Bears give up our future to get Max Crosby. As much as I'm a fan, he's my second favorite non-Chicago Bear in the entire league behind George Kittle.
Mm-hmm. And he is a George Kittle fan, trust me.
His character
wouldn't trade him to me.
And then for them to try to say he failed the physical, and it immediately came up about the Clark 7 years ago. Guy never missed a game in his whole career. They signed him to a 4-year deal, and then Michael Crabtree is released 2 days later, mm-hmm. and he fails a physical. So it makes you wonder, does the NFL need to change? Like, to me, why do you have to wait until, I mean, why isn't it like fantasy football where you make a trade, you got a couple of days to change your mind, and then I mean, you waited 4 days after the second day of the legal tampering period. Raiders gave out $281 million in contract money, including the guy that was your center and Tyler Lindenbaum. And then you say, you know what? On second thought, give me my draft picks back.
So answer this question. They signed him, right? Because they traded for him.
Yes.
How I guess I don't understand. How do you fully trade and commit to somebody without knowing the whole physical? Like I just don't understand. Like,
unless they missed the memo, because all 32 or 31, because the Raiders are the 32nd team, knew his history.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas reached out. We reached out. Philly, and Howie Roseman is not a stupid guy. Howie Roseman, I mean, yes, he drafted Nakobe Dean with his injury history in college, and it worked out. Why wouldn't you? What concern would you have that wouldn't be there to begin with?
Well, so I think, I was thinking about this earlier today. Yeah, I know. My wife, Max Crosby, and I are similar, bum knees. Yeah, but you're still on the pup list, Jen. So, but I'm just thinking, like, everybody knows Max Crosby sat out the last 2 games. Okay,
well, not by his choice,
and it was meaningless. But he even said, "Yeah, I've been playing with a hurt knee all year." I'm just saying, like, if I was an owner or GM, I'd be like, "Wait a minute, you've been hurt all year. I got to really look into this." But I don't know. So, which leads us to the topic: do you want to go out and get Max Crosby? Not you, the Bears, us.
Now, are you talking the fan of me or the rational thinking?
Both.
The fan, yes, absolutely.
I've never known you to think
it's a no-brainer. I've proven you wrong on that one a couple of times. But the rational thinking, and I even was rational about it last show. If we do not have to give up two first-round picks, if we give up the 25th pick in this year's draft, I'm not upset. Max Crosby at that far end of the draft, that most of them, the defensive studs might not be there, or the leftovers are going to be plenty good in the second round. Mm-hmm. Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech, the linebacker, Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas. There's options in the second round. And obviously last year, Luther Burden, and then you got Monangai in the late round. Ryan Poles showed why he was part of building championship franchises. And everybody that was saying, oh, fire him for, drafting Darnell Wright over Jalen Carter, who's being shopped, might I add. What does that tell you? And if we do not have to give up 2 first-round picks, I'm all for it.
I would do it.
If Max Crosby is our first-round draft pick in 2026, I'm not mad about it. Because then he's going to scorch earth.
So my take on that is I don't want to give up 2 firsts for somebody who just failed a physical. And I'm going to assume that every 32-team doctors are the same. So everybody knows that, so now he just failed a physical. There is nothing to give up a first for an injured player. If we had to give up Montez Sweat and match Max Crosby with a young Booker, okay.
Or that Deo that's supposedly motivated now.
I'm just saying there is no reason to give, because now, this is what I was trying to tell you through text, and if you've ever texted anybody, you know that you just cannot get your meaning across, because whatever, it doesn't matter. I know, look at Jen's comment. Lamar's always...
We're going to talk about that one, because I honestly think that had something to do with it either. Because the first thing I asked after the trade happened is, how are you going to pay Lamar? How are you going to pay Derrick Henry? How are you going to pay Zay Flowers, Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton?
Who? Roquan Smith? Who?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry. That's right.
The guy that's all about making his money. Yes, he's a great player, but he's all about money.
So what I was saying was, because I have to say it now, or else I'll just forget. Every 31 teams know, whoa, they just signed what $270 million worth of defenders or whatever it is, right? Huh.
Including a player from Baltimore.
Yep. And now, if I was a GM, I would be like, I bet I could get Max Crosby without giving up any first. You're going to have to give up a second. Let's be honest. You're going to have to give up a second, maybe multiple seconds, whatever. If I was Ryan Poles, which I am not, that's why I am sitting here.
I mean, we're from his area, but
he's from our area. Let's get it straight.
That's true.
We own this bitch. I would be making a call just to say, hey, listen, what do you want because you're not going to be able to pay Max Crosby now. The Raiders aren't.
Well, actually, weirdly enough, they are.
But hold on, but they have the number 1 overall pick. That number 1 overall pick is going to be the guy from Indiana.
Fernando Mendoza, but they had enough salary cap money to be able to make all those deals and keep. But do you really want that? What's a black cloud in the locker room, bringing in a rookie quarterback, first-time head coach?
Right. So listen to this though. In 3 years, Genty, or however you say his name, your guy that you want.
Aston Genty. Brock Bowers is going to need money.
Their contract's going to come up. Now, let me ask you a question. Max Crosby said, he wanted to be done with the Raiders. He said it. He was hanging out in Chicago playing basketball with Caleb. He got traded. They made all of these other moves. Would you want to go back to that team after you already said, I don't want to be here and I got traded? I'm just saying, and with his money that he is going to get, I don't see the Raiders doing it without mortgaging the next 8 years.
Well, he didn't, because of the upstanding guy that he is, he didn't come out and flat out say, I want out. There was speculation of it, but he didn't say, I want out, because he respects the Raider organization.
We all know what he was getting.
Exactly.
We all know.
But not only that, correct me if I'm wrong, after they made the trade, wasn't there reports that one of the reasons why he wanted out was because of Tom Brady's personal trainer was in the building and acting like he made decisions?
Oh, I did not see that.
You're going to go back. And Tom Brady, there was also rumblings that Tom Brady flat out told the Raiders organization, you're not trading him to New England because they were interested. So you're going to squash that and go back and sing Kumbaya?
No, that's why I'm saying if I'm any GM, I would be calling the Raiders just nonstop. What is basically the bare minimum that you want? Because we're
not giving you 2 first. We will entertain
anybody.
1, but we're not giving you 2.
I don't see anybody giving a number, because what are the Raiders going to say? Well, he's worth it. Well, no, he's not. He just failed his physical.
My only response to the physical part about it, correct me if I'm wrong, Drew Brees failed Miami's physical, and what did he do in New Orleans? And they picked Dante Culpepper over him instead. So that's the only thing that I'll say in response to that. They just wanted to back out, and they looked for an excuse and he failed it because Trey Hendrickson was obtainable because he didn't have the market he wanted. He wanted $30 to $40 million a year, and every GM said, take a hike.
Yep. I'm just saying, though.
What the heck did you do for Cincinnati's defense? You got all those sacks, but did they win a Super Bowl? No.
I mean, I'm just saying, right now, you can call it cherry picking if you really want. I would just be saying, listen, we are willing to, basically the bare minimum. If not, Ryan Poles will find free agents. He will find steals in the draft. I mean, like you already said it, Luther Burden in the second. Kyle Monangai, that took us 14 weeks to say his last name. Just saying.
And I still can't spell it.
Oh, God.
But like I said, and also completely disregard the Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles draft, even though Darnell Wright was a home run, or at least it's looking that way. But Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson seems like it works well. And who did you get? Colston Loveland, home run. Luther Burden, home run. Kyle Monangai, home run. Ozzie Trapillo until he got hurt hurt, home run. The jury's still out on Hippolyte or whatever the heck his name is, and some of the other ones. But I mean, you don't have to swing for the fences because you need defense. And they didn't go for the major names, even though we got a Kobe Bryant in Chicago now. I mean, it may be spelled different.
So, no, it was so funny because another friend of mine, Andrew Bird, sent me in Messenger, and I laughed at it. He wrote back, "Why is that funny?" I'm like, I thought it was the fucking tight end. Cody, I'm like, oh great, another tight end. I happen to look, I'm like, oh, and then obviously, Kobe Bryant is a very solid player. So, I just don't think Ryan Poles is done. I don't think he's going to. Like you said, I don't think he's going to swing for the fences.
He's gonna wait to see what's left. You still got Cam Jordan out there.
I mean, look at everything that's happening. I mean, everybody is just moving around. I mean, Rashawn Gary went to Dallas. I had to make a Dallas reference because I see James Pinio is watching. You got to give a Dallas reference.
Good old Pinhead.
Pinio. I just, I don't know. I don't think Ryan Poles is desperate because of what he did last year. And we have said it in text and in person. If he does for the defense this year what he did for the offense last year, we're solid.
Oh, absolutely.
We're solid.
And you know how I keep talking about following Philly's playbook? My boy Matty Ice is a Philly fan. He is doing what Harry Roseman has done. He's gone for the right pieces that fit what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Jalen Phillips worked for them. He went to Carolina, but he went and got Saquon because he knew Saquon would be good in that offense. When he made the A.J. Brown trade, it worked out, brought him a ship. The waters are now a little murky, and Ryan Poles is doing the same thing. We had debates about Roquan. Send Roquan out.
And he saw
DJ Moore was down on our depth chart now because of the emergence of Luther Burden. He makes a great deal that's benefited both teams. Send him to Buffalo.
Yep. And, I think Ryan Poles might look at just, who's out there? Jalen Carter.
Yes.
If he stops spitting on people.
And I heard information today that we might trade for Josh Sweat and giving us the sweatiest defensive line in football.
So I would also see if I could move Grady Jarrett. That guy was a bum last year, overpaid. I don't know if he just didn't want to play anymore, but you don't pay a defensive tackle that much money and he just does not produce whatever. I don't know. It's just free agency is not done yet. The draft is next month. Poles is going to do the right thing.
He's proven it.
He's going to do it, and
no matter how many people that question him drafting Caleb, not drafting Jaden Daniels, drafting Colston Loveland, not drafting Tyler Warren, drafting Darnell Wright, not drafting Jalen Carter, and all of it, he's proven he knows what he's talking about. He was part of building the Kansas City Chiefs in 3 different coaching regimes. So obviously he knows what he's doing.
I think he absolutely does, and he's a genius. I think I just think he is.
Sweaty ball.
Wait, what? Sweaty ball.
No, did he?
No, I just think that you get a Jalen Carter because our middle interior defensive line sucked ass.
There's some choices.
Yeah, look at the upcoming draft. Do you really think we're going to stay at 25? No, we're going to trade up. I think.
But do we need to? Unless there's a, like we swing for the fences and make a deal with Arizona to give them Tyson Bagent and picks, and you go for the kid from Ohio State, the one that Sonny Styles.
Okay.
And he becomes your partner with the linebacker we just picked up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Devin Bush.
yes, Devin Bush.
Who? Hold on. I like to say when he came out of Michigan. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I'm not the stat guy. He was supposed to be the next big thing when he got drafted by Pittsburgh.
I believe so. Yes.
I don't know if it was injury or what, but he was supposed to be the next big defender, and we got him for 3 years for $30 million, I believe.
And I sent a thing to you for what we gave Devin Bush and Kobe Bryant is less than the cap money we got back for cutting Tremaine Edmonds.
Yep. Who went to, got to give a shout out to Justin Daly, Giants, which was really weird because we were going to try to trade him to the Giants.
Which I don't understand if that was on the table unless they really didn't want to give us anything, knowing you were going to cut them because.
But the Giants are also looking to part ways with what's his name there,
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, yeah,
that's still a possibility. I haven't heard anything since the whole Max Crosby thing. I really haven't heard anything about that because it's still a possibility. There was words that we were talking to Philly for Jalen Carter. That could still possibly happen. Who knows?
I mean, as long as he just doesn't spit on people. I mean, the only reason I keep on saying that is because he cost me money opening night in the NFL because I had him going for a sack and he got ejected. Whatever.
Seconds into the game.
Yeah.
My wife watched that game with me and she's like, "What the hell happened?"
Well, I got pissed. I'm like, because my wife went in the room to go to sleep, and I'm out there, and I'm going, fuck. She's like, what? I'm like, the guy I had to get a sack just got thrown out for spitting on Dak Prescott, but whatever. So, a lot of free agency going on, a lot of moves. I think the Colts overpaid for Alec Pierce, but whatever.
Mike definitely overpaid to keep Danny Dimes.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Evans to the 49ers, but they released Brandon Ayuk.
Yes, well, that was bound to happen because of how. I mean, he didn't want to play, but he's driving 100 miles an hour past the stadium. I mean, he's reading the Tyreek Hill playbook.
Okay, so Tyreek Hill he's been let go. Tua is in
Atlanta. Word is Kyler
concussion protocol still.
And the funny thing is, you're replacing a injured left-handed quarterback with a often injured left-handed quarterback on possibly his last leg.
And like you said, Kyler Murray's in Minnesota.
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but supposedly that.
I heard Kirk Cousins was going back there.
And then Geno's back with the Jets. There was the one thing that I said about the Giants. The Giants were smart. Instead of trading for a guy that the team's going to cut, you just waited until he got cut. And the Jets said, you know what? We missed Geno, and he's going to get cut, but let's trade for him anyway. Let's do it.
What are some of the other big names that went? Oh, David Montgomery went to Houston. Good for David Montgomery. I always liked David Montgomery when he came out of Iowa. I liked him, not just because he played for the Bears, but because I like his style. And
Isaiah Pacheco replaced him.
I just don't think that you can constantly just have a two-headed monster. The egos would have gotten the better of the both. But now he just ships out both the running backs. Isn't Chubb there in Houston?
I believe so, and they released Joe Mixon because he asked for his release. I haven't heard anything about where he's possibly going. Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs.
Okay, so that's what started the whole skit that I was thinking about, and Will and I did. I'm just like, you just won a Super Bowl. Your team
MVP.
Oh my fucking God. I'm just saying, I can run down the history of everybody that has had a Super Bowl MVP. I mean, Matt Castle, right, for the Patriots. When Tom Brady went down, he had a great year. He signed that huge contract, did shit. Kenneth Walker, your career is done and over with. You got the drink. I'm just saying. Let's see. The guy from come on, Pino, help me out. He was a Super Bowl against the Bills. The defensive back, he was a Super Bowl MVP.
Oh,
and then he went somewhere else, and he did not have a good career. If you
was it not Larry Brown?
Yes, Brown,
yes, because he went to the Raiders and then became nothing.
Exactly. If you win a Super Bowl with a team, Alshon Jeffrey with the Eagles, stay loyal.
Unless the team does not want you to come back.
Exactly. But you know what? Whatever. Kenneth Walker, good seeing you. You'll be on the cover of, or you'll be a Jeopardy question. Who was the 2025 Super Bowl MVP who had a shit career after that?
There is one thing about our free agency that does have me concerned. The Chicago Bears had 23 interceptions last year. 7 were by Nashawn Wright, 5 by Kevin Byard, and 4 by Tremaine Edmonds. Those 3 players aren't on the Bears this year. So hopefully Kobe Bryant and either JJ goes back to the way he was, Kyler Gordon goes back to being the Spider-Man, and Al Harris shows why he's an amazing coach.
Sorry, I just got to give a shout out here. This Matthew Kelly just said DJ Moore will have 3,000 yards and 54 touchdowns.
I'm going to hold you to that because if that's the case, I'm going to draft him in the fantasy football.
Wait, hold on.
And just give me the championship now.
We don't want to go there because everybody who was watching this that is involved in our fantasy team knows that out of the 20 roster slots, 17 of them are going to be Chicago Bears on your team. So no, maybe not 17. I know what Pino.
Well, I picked the decent ones.
But no. So who else was the other moves?
Throughout the league.
Well, yeah, throughout the league. Michael Pittman went to Pittsburgh. Yeah, who cares? I had him. He was average for me last year.
Malik Willis going to the Dolphins, which
good for him.
I hope it works out for him because one, I hope it works out for him, and I hope it works out for the regime in Miami because Miami's got to wash away the bad taste in their mouth of having to no Diddy of what the hell are they doing? Like they cut Bradley Chubb now in Buffalo. They cut Tua. They cut Tyreek Hill. I mean, there's words they're thinking about trading Jalen Waddle. And my son, who follows football, but not as much as I do, he's like, what the hell is Miami doing? And I said that they're basically redoing their past regime, just like we did when Matt Eberflus was sent packing and we brought in an actual coach in Ben Johnson. Yep. Mike McDaniels, great offensive mind, not a head coach. He is a new version of Josh McDaniels.
And where did he end up? He went to be an offensive coordinator somewhere.
He went to the Chargers.
Oh, well, Philip Rivers, sorry.
You mean Justin Herbert?
Yeah, what did I say?
Oh, you mean Philip Rivers 2.0?
Oh, yeah, well, but no. So let's say Miami wants to deal Jalen Waddle. Let's just say we don't really have a veteran wide receiver yet. He's been in the league 3-4 years. I think he'd be very complimentary to Colston. I'm just drawing a blank. That's what I'm saying.
Rome Odunze.
Hey, there you go. Thanks
for burden.
Catch on.
And I honestly think, as much as I love Rome Odunze, as much as my kid has fallen in love with him aesthetically and on the field, Luther Burden is going to be our wide receiver one. I say.
You and Rome break up?
No. Rome is. We're going to be like Minnesota, where we have 2 number ones, but there's got to be the clear point guy. Luther Burden is going to be that guy where you can give him a short pass, he's taking it to the crib, and you want to zoom. Zoom.
Okay. So I also want to say this. I think I said it last week. I know that it's a business and you have to make moves. And I still say, do not trade Cole Kmet. As much I'm just saying. I know, like he's in the league 7 years now. Just saying, what he did last year, stepping aside for Loveland, but he came up big when we needed him.
Taught Loveland the ropes.
you need that veteran. Even if we don't go out and get a veteran wide receiver, you need that veteran leadership, right? Just like Case Keenum is to Caleb Williams. So,
and there was a reason why there were the Philly game right after Detroit, and there was the interception on the lob pass. The game against Philly, it worked because it went to Cole Kmet.
Yep, I'm just saying, right? Just you need that valuable leadership. I mean, okay, so we just got rid of Tremaine Edmonds. We don't know if TJ Edwards will be back because of what happened to him in the playoff game, or he tore his ACL or whatever. So he's done for at least nine months.
And we don't know what's happening with Noah Sewell because he got injured as well. But Hippolyte is still
Hippolyte too. He was good.
There's quotes because you don't know what you're getting.
Wow.
Just like how we were with Booker, his rookie season was a wash because Matty Eberflus didn't let him play.
Really weird. Yeah, whatever. That was just a different time. But we got Devin Bush and we got Kobe Bryant. So I'm just the leadership there is on defense. And we re-signed, I know his name's not Michael Jackson, but Jackson.
DeMarco Jackson.
Right? I have to say that because I have to make him laugh. That's what I get paid for, is to make him laugh.
I've already drank all my drinks, so you can't make me
you fart.
Do you really want that? Do you really?
I'm just saying. I don't know. It's a new season. We'll see what we can. But I think we're getting the right pieces on defense. The pieces of shit left. That's what I'm just gonna call it. I'm a loyal guy. They should have just said, hey, we came from nothing and now we're doing something. I want to stay. Now, if they stayed and we shit the bed this year, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. But my God, fuck off. You think whatever. Just don't.
Is it?
This is why
2019 where Matt Nagy had us do things and then we digressed. Was it the Giants where Brian Daboll, coach of the year?
You brought up 2017. Matt Nagy.
No, because 2018 is when the last time we won the division before this one.
I'm just saying. In 2018, you're right. It was the Khalil Mack effect. That whatever. We just got lucky that year. But you're a piece of shit, Matt Nagy. Fuck off. I don't care. I'm very bitter.
That's the only decision that the Giants made that completely baffles me. You bring in John Harbaugh. I forget who, he brought a defensive coordinator with him from Baltimore, and then you go and get Matt Nagy, who couldn't get the Tennessee gig. Kansas City didn't want to bring him back. They're like, let's go get Eric Bieniemy back and let's start winning games again, because when Patrick Mahomes comes back, let's have Patrick Mahomes be who he used to be. And so, I just that whole Matt Nagy, we got lucky that year. Let's just face it, we got lucky, okay? We were the unknown.
It was the Khalil Mack effect, and we had a pretty subpar offense, but it just worked. And coach of the year, blah, blah, blah. Then he came back and he just was like, his ego was worse than mine, if you can imagine.
Well, his ego was that way from the beginning. You draft Justin Fields and you bring him in at the same time as Andy Dalton. And both of them were on the team the same amount of time. But because you told Andy Dalton when he signed, you're going to be QB1 and Justin Fields was the better player, okay, so what? Matt Flynn was brought in Seattle for a big contract, and Russell Wilson, third-round pick, showed to be the better player. And
look what he did in Seattle. I mean, we can talk about what he did after he left. That's horrible.
I agree with Richard Sherman that a lot of that had to do with the Legion of Boom, not Russell Wilson, because and Marshawn Lynch, because you hand off to Marshawn Lynch, you have 2 Super Bowls.
Oh yeah, let's not go there. That cost me money too. I'm very bitter when I lose fucking money. Oh my God!
And he's not even drinking yet.
Oh my God! I remember okay, run it to Marshawn because I need this touchdown. And I saw, I'm like, you fucking kidding me? I'm like, oh, but anyways, that's another story. But so, free agency is still going on. I'm not getting any alerts. I know you're not getting any alerts.
Yeah.
You know what? If we don't get Max Crosby, are you gonna like be upset about it.
I am not. And in all honesty, I want him, if he doesn't get traded to a team that wants him there and is not going to play games, I want to see him stay in Las Vegas because Max Crosby is one hell of a player, one hell of a human being. Think about it. He's made to look bad, and instead of reacting to it, he immediately tweets about it was the 6-year anniversary of his sobriety.
Okay.
I mean, and that God doesn't make mistakes. He could have easily shit talked the Ravens. He could have, gone on a rant, and the next day he's in the Raiders facility at 6 a.m. putting in work.
I give it to him on that one. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if we don't get him. I will be upset if we
give too much.
Yeah, if we mortgage the farm.
Especially, yes, I agree with you. He failed the physical. So if you turn around and say, you know what, so what, we're going to give Vegas the two first-round picks that Baltimore was originally, just because that's what we were willing to give the first time, then maybe I need to question if Ryan Poles needs to be shown his papers. But if you offer a reasonable deal, don't have to give up the future, and he is going to be ready to go, our defense is going to be.
So just remember last year, right at the trade deadline, he did not make that big move because it just was not the right one. So I think Poles will do right, whether it's still free agency or building through the draft. So I think we're going to be okay. I think so.
Now, is there any position we haven't addressed yet? Because we did bring in a defensive tackle, we did bring in linebacker, we did bring in a safety. Is there anything left in free agency you want to see happen before the draft gets here? For flexibility reasons, like what happened last year. We had the problem with our offensive line. We addressed it in free agency. Then we went with skilled players in our first 2 rounds.
So I'll just say just the 2 things in my head before I forget. Number one, Dahlman retired.
Which I wish him the best of luck.
And he was the 7th ranked center. We go out and we get the 31st ranked center. However, last year he did not give up any sacks.
Yes.
I read that correctly, so I'm okay with that. Number 2, you had said Cairo Santos has to change his number again. All I'm going to say is I know why Kobe Bryant is wearing number 8. I get that. If Cairo Santos does that, that is true sportsmanship right there. That is true respect. Everybody, if you don't know why Kobe Bryant from Seattle now to Chicago wears number 8, is for the legendary, great Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was amazing.
Black Mamba forever.
I didn't know where you were going. I knew where you were going. So I just want to say that. I don't know if we need to address anything. We're set. I would like another veteran wide receiver. Kind of like, you remember when Brandon Stokely followed Peyton Manning and he went to Denver, and he was just kind of like a role player, but he showed Demaryius Thomas, and I can't remember who the other wide receiver is, but he just fit in it.
I don't remember.
And he just we just need somebody like that. Like we have Komet, but I'm just saying I like to see not a high profile wide receiver, but just somebody, let's just see what happens.
I had to call a timeout on the field because we're almost done for the day, and we almost forgot a very key talking point that we need to talk about. So I don't really like to bring up the subject of race when it comes to sports, but the Rooney Rule exists. The Rooney Rule says that if a member of your organization becomes a coach or a head coach or gets a promotion, or somebody from your front office gets a promotion with another team, you get compensatory picks. And Ian Cunningham was hired as the general manager of the Atlanta Falcons. And the NFL took some stupid ass loophole and said Matt Ryan was hired to make the decisions. He's running football operations. So really it's a lateral promotion, not a upward promotion. That is a crock of shit. Every sports reporter I follow has said it is a mockery of the Rooney Rule. I have my reservations of the Rooney Rule to the point of if you have someone a clear cut you want to hire. If we're hiring this guy right here and everybody knows it, you shouldn't have to interview me first to satisfy a rule. I just want to get that out of the way. I understand using it to give the opportunities to minorities, and I'm going to say minorities because there are some people that equate it to a certain race, but it's minorities get a chance. Robert Saleh, minority, got hired. Ron Rivera, many years ago, was the first coach hired, minority, but it was an issue but the NFL got cases from both teams saying this is not right. And they basically said, so what? So, I mean.
May I add that even Ian Cunningham said, yeah, why are you not getting it? So.
And he made a plea to it.
Yep.
Matt Ryan went in his introductory press conference, said, I am not making the decisions. The general manager is. So basically, you're saying publicly he is running the team. But no, the NFL said, nope, Bears, you're not getting your picks. Sorry.
Agreed. And I'll just add, like what you said, if you're set on this guy right here, why do you have to interview everybody else? It's just stupid. So that's just my opinion.
And I want to make it very clear. I'm not saying they don't deserve opportunities because obviously it does. Like everybody trying to say everybody that got hired, why didn't they interview Brian Flores, who's suing the league, mind you, and still suing the league. So if you don't want to give him an opportunity, but a whole nother subject. But the fact of the matter is, we can dive into that if that's you guys say in the comments that that's what you want to hear us talk about. I will gladly give my take on it. But the rule is in place, and you are making a mockery of the rule by sidestepping it, saying it doesn't count because of this guy over here. When everybody said that's a promotion.
No, I agree with you. Absolutely, I agree.
So, all right. So now that I got that off my chest, it's a little warm in here and stuff like that. I mean, I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.
Hopefully we have more to talk about, some deals, whether or not a trade happens before then. We start our draft preparation. But thank you for tuning in. And you have any final words? Now that you've decided to stick with the organization instead of, taking the better deal?
The food package, I'm telling you,
dude. I'm a fat man in remission, so you have my attention, but.
No. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. I gave you guys some shout out. My wife, Jennifer Welsh, just said, bear down, let's fucking go. Yeah, remember that when I'm yelling at the TV. I'm going to try not, this year when we watch the games, I'm going to try not to yell.
Oh, we should have a better continue our momentum and scare the shit out of the league, because maybe that's why the NFL did it.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why I said this to you. If the Max Crosby trade happens, it is the stars aligning, the NFL saying, we're sorry, Bears, for you not getting your guy.
Yeah.
For not getting your picks.
Hey, just before we go, we got 4 shirts left, Bears Bros. I think we have a large, a 2XL, 1X, 1 3X. I think $25. If it's local, we'll deliver them for free. If it's shipping and handling, you pay shipping and handling. Throwing it out there. We got a couple left. They're going fast, so wanted to put it out there.
Smash the like button, subscribe. We're on all of the platforms.
Like 17 of them.
Definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel and just keep bringing the love. We're gonna come with it as much as possible. But until next week, bear down for life.
I'm working on gang signs.